Hey, so are you a consultant who is looking to scale? I'm going to tell you the one thing that you absolutely have to have in order to successfully and sustainably scale. And that is an SOP for every system you have in your business. But you can't have an SOP unless you have business systems, and you definitely cannot have systems unless you are organized. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my favorite way to kickstart business organization using my business binder in ClickUp. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nicole. I'm a systems strategist and a digital learning designer for mama consultants who serve organizations as experts in their field. If you are interested in learning more about business systems and ClickUp, also Honeybook and Kajabi, those three are the main platforms that I use to scale any consultant business, this is the channel for you. Make sure to subscribe and like. Now, in this video, like I said, I'm going to go over my business binder, and this is an absolute free resource for any consultant looking to organize their business in ClickUp. If you are using a different project management tool like Asana or Trello, good news is you can follow the same exact format in those tools. But if you are a ClickUp fan, you'll find the template, being able to download it directly into your system for free, my gift to you. Let's dive in. All right, let's dive in and look at what is inside this digital business binder. Remember, the purpose of having a business binder is so that you have your entire business at a glance, making sure that you are not spending that extra time, that unnecessary time, searching and looking for key components of your business that you're most likely to need to copy and paste or grab and go. So again, this is your digital business binder, everything that you really need to access right here at your fingertips. This is a ClickUp board in board view, but it is available in list view as well. I prefer the board view for this specific type of information. Let me walk through what is in the business binder so you are understanding everything that comes in this template. Now, one thing I want to say is that I went beyond organizing all the components in these certain columns. I went ahead and added, in every single card, you will see some formatting so you know exactly what should go in there, maybe some examples. I've also provided some sentence framing so it's easy for you to develop on your own. I've also made sure to hyperlink any specific resources that have helped me in developing these components of my business. So each card has additional information to help you really be able to plug and play and create your own business binder in moments. Okay, so on this binder, these columns are actually project statuses. And so every status starts with a to-do section, and it also ends with a complete section. I have collapsed each of the to-do and the complete because it's not necessary for this project board. Let me dive in with the first column, which is management. Finally, a place to store your entire tech stack and tools that you have by department. Also being able to list the functionality, the name of the tool, the URL, your username, and password. So I'm going to click into this so you can see what I'm talking about. But I've formatted the sections here so that you can go ahead and make sure you have one place to store your entire tech stack. The next card in management is financial information. So those kind of pieces of finance info, data that you need to pull on a regular basis. So maybe your EIN number, your annual revenue goal, previous year's P&L report, your account. So I follow profit first strategy, which essentially is kind of like cash envelopes where you are storing your money in certain accounts so that you always have the correct amount that you need for each part of your business. So I've listed that out here. Bookkeeper contact information, accountant contact information. So again, important information for financials that you need to pull at a glance. Same thing for legal. If you have a lawyer that you work with, this is a great place to put their contact information, maybe projects that you're working on or they should be working on for you. If you don't have a lawyer, but you're looking for some solid contracts to put into your business, my favorite contract place to buy contracts is called Contract Shop. So I linked two of my favorites right there for you to grab. Next, I have a place to put your 3 and 10-year goal just to make sure you have a clear awareness or remembering where you're going in 3 years and 10 years. So I'm going to pause right here and just say this board is definitely for you to save a ton of time. But also as you add on or add in independent contractors, this can be really helpful for them. And anything that has sensitive information like financials or legals, these cards can be pulled off and put into a CEO binder that can be held in your executive hub here. Okay. All right. So brand materials, information that you need to grab a lot. Mailing address, your email address for your business, Google Voice phone number, maybe your social handles. If you have a VA, this would be very helpful for them. One place to store all of your products and offerings. Most of my clients do not have this, so this is something that we create up front, making sure we list out the service packages for your one-on-one client work, any programs and courses that you've developed, or any of your main lead magnets to list in one place. Brand marks and logos. So if you have your logos, of course, in a PNG or JPEG file, you can drag and drop them right here. Great place to store those files that you use very often, right? So your brand colors, if you don't have your hex codes memorized, like I do not, I want a quick place to look at all of my brand colors and grab that code when I need it and drop it in whatever I am working on. Same thing with your fonts. If you want to make sure your fonts are up front, making sure that you have consistency throughout your branding, that is a great place to store it. All right, let's jump into brand messaging. And I will say I've learned a ton about copywriting and brand messaging from a copywriting strategist. Her name is Ashley Carter. I believe her business is called Ashlyn Writes. She talks a lot about mining copy from your clients, from your target market to understand your own brand messaging and then how to articulate it the correct way. So a lot of these pillars are from her. First, you have a space for your main messaging. So what we want to make sure is consistent is your brand, your voice, your personality, the tone, so that it is coming across more personable and consistently. So I have linked here a resource for 75 adjectives to describe your brand personality, overarching ideas of your brand, your big brand stories. Being in business at this point, you should know that stories are the thing that sell. We are humans. We buy on emotion. So being able to list out what are your key stories that really show who you are and who your business is and why you do what you do. Brand content pillars. So when someone thinks about your brand, what should come up first? What are those topics that should come up first? And what are those things that you are constantly talking about in your content on socials or anywhere else? Most of the cards are going to have a nice banner of examples so you can see exactly what I'm pertaining to. And most of these examples are from myself and my own company, so you can see what that looks like at a glance. All right, so moving on here, we're going to go into mission and focus. Most of the places I also have some sentence framing. So it's really a plug and play template for you to fill in and have this ready for you and any contractors that may need it. Differentiator, so what makes your business different? How do you do what you do differently than others who may serve similarly, right? So I've added in some couple brackets for inspiration. What is your experience or lessons learned? How do those things make you different? How about your education, tangible achievements for clients? How do you help clients avoid pitfalls? So one differentiator for me would be my education. I help clients streamline operations, especially online operations, as well as develop e-learning or digital learning. So my background in education is in education. It's in online learning. So I have, bachelor's, credentialing, grad certificates, master's degree, a doctorate in progress, all on instructional technologies, learning design. So that makes me different than other maybe online operations specialists or digital learning creators. And that is what is a differentiator for me and my business. Core values. Obviously, we know every business needs to have core values. What I tell my clients is that if you don't have your core values out of your head, then any contractor that you bring on board is not going to be able to make decisions that are similar to how you would make them or, execute tasks in a similar way. A lot of that comes in with standard operating procedures and documentation of policies and processes, but a lot of it actually comes from knowing what is most important to you in your business. So your core values. Okay, so if you don't have these listed down, this is a perfect place to write them. I have mine listed here so you can see how short and sweet and to the point that they really are. Client feedback. Client feedback is your golden nuggets for creating your own brand messaging and essentially saying back to your target audience, target market, what they're struggling with, right? So if you are doing client feedback surveys, this is the perfect place to link all the results of those surveys so you can go hunting for gold. Elevator pitch. What do you do? Sometimes entrepreneurs struggle with how to answer this, but I created this sentence frame so it's really plug and play for you. So you can start with I help and then name your target market, what is their goal, and then how do you do that? So with your services, products, programs, education, so they can, really important statement, right? How is their life different after working with you? Also, added to the elevator pitch, why do you do what you do? What's the emotional component? Why did you start this business? What made you start? What's your why, right? Start with why. So again, sentence frame for you as something changed in your life or your perspective changed. You found or you saw that target market and whatever their challenge or obstacle is. So I put my, right, years of experience, years of education, years of developing knowledge or wisdom around a specific industry to work for that specific target market that you are helping. Okay, so here is my example for what I do and why I do it. Moving on, if you are doing podcast pitching, if you are doing speaking events, if you are asked to contribute to any programs or platforms, most of the time they're going to need a bio from you. So what better place to grab, copy and paste your bio is from your business binder. Again, a VA could do this for you as well. So a basic bio, I say it's always around 10 sentences, maybe 10 to 12 sentences. And then a micro bio is 2 to 3 sentences. You could also have a list of your top 5 to 7 big clients for a client banner. Here is an example of a basic bio. Here's an example of a micro bio. All right, admin. No, we're going to go, this is tags, right? So in ClickUp, you can have labels and you can have tags. Also, it is storming outside, so I apologize if you hear that background noise. Kentucky is crazy. All right, so tags is added information to any card or task that you have in ClickUp, where a label is a custom field that if you add this custom field to any project board, then every single task on that project board is going to have a place for you to put a specific label. You could also think of labels as a select all that applies, but it's going to be for every single card and every task. Where a tag here, again, you can add it anywhere you want inside of your entire ClickUp ecosystem, and then you can filter by it. So this is a great place to list what tags are in your ecosystem and what do they mean. So again, as you bring in that social media contractor, that admin, the online business manager, copywriter, they can easily see maybe what is all for copywriting or what is all for admin by adding these tags. So this is a place to say what the tag is, what tags live in this ecosystem, and what are they? So I have admin, financial, marketing, partners, vendors, business development, downloads, and programs. Feel free to add anything else you want. You can always hover over, click on the triple dots, rename it, and change the color if needed. And that is tags. So affiliate, I sounded like a show host. That is tags. Okay, moving on. Affiliate links. All right, so if you're working with vendors, a lot of times they give you an affiliate link. This is a place to leave it, list it here. For example, I have my HoneyBook affiliate link. I am a HoneyBook educator, also an affiliate, so that if you are able to provide like top promotions for anyone, you want to be able to give them the link that's going to give them the biggest discount. So I've left my HoneyBook one here. HoneyBook is a business management platform to streamline your sales process. So if you're looking for a place to make lead management really easy, streamline that proposal to contract to invoice process, make beautifully designed files to send to your clients and have like a private storage for you and your client through a client portal, HoneyBook can do all of that. So let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like me to do any content around HoneyBook. All right, so trainings and courses. As an entrepreneur, you know that no one is going to make you learn more. It is completely up to you to continue your education and learn all the things, right? So as you invest in these courses, it's important to have a place to list them all out and be able to track your progress and your action steps. So on this card, you can list your course name, description of that course, login, URL, and then my suggestion is to use the checklist in this card. So down below, you can add a checklist and you can list out the modules. So you can say module 1, which is probably foundations, and then you can say module 2, like getting started, whatever it is. And as you make progress through the course, you can select them off, okay? And you can click it to open up the completed so you can see your progress. When it comes to to-dos, these are your subtasks. These can be actionable, like things to do, right? So if I am working on a course about SEO, maybe I'm going to do some keyword research. And I want to make this actionable for myself. So I'm going to assign it for myself. I'm going to give myself a due date to have this down. I'm going to give it a tag for maybe admin, and then I'm going to hit save. So now this is going to pop up on my things to do. It's going to pop up on my calendar. It's going to pop up on anything that has due dates. This is now a task that I need to accomplish or complete, right? So that is how you can make sure you are implementing those action steps with each course that you invest in. We have a couple more columns left in the business binder. Next is testimonials. Great place to organize testimonials per service or product. So if you're creating an email sequence, if you're creating a sales page, you have these testimonials to pull from. So open up the card, rename this your product or service, specific product or service, and then any digital screenshot that you grab, drag and drop it right there, and it's going to be listed and all of the attachments perfectly filed away. You can also just type out what that testimonial says or copy paste it here with the person who gave it. So lots of ways to document your testimonials per product or service. Last column here is your team column. As you add on independent contractors, really important place just to have a list here so you know who is on your team and you can start to figure out who do you need next to add to your team, right? So on this board, I just have a quick framework of listing responsibilities, maybe a goal that you've set with them, contact information, and their time zone. Anything else, of course, can be added here. Maybe even their contract can be attached. But if this is sensitive information that you don't want everyone on your team to see, you can, of course, pull off these cards and put them in a CEO binder. Again, that can live in your headquarters or your executive space there. Okay, so that is everything in the digital business binder. I hope that this helps you really get started with organizing your business in one place, making sure that you are not wasting a minute of your work time. And as I tell all of my clients, and I'll reiterate here, you cannot systemize what you can't see. So make it visual, then you can get to systemizing. So I hope that template tutorial helps you out in how to kickstart organization in ClickUp or a project management tool. Again, if you're looking for that download, just check below. I also have some additional resources. Now, if you are a consultant that is looking to sustainably scale and you want to learn how to build more business systems, you don't want to do it alone or start from scratch, definitely check out the description below. I think I have something that will really help you out. All right, so as always, thanks so much for watching. Here's to turning that hustle into flow, and I'll catch you in the next video.